Hi, this is Cheryl, the Sea Spirit Tarot. I just said Sea Spirit Self-Healing about 4 times. Is that what's doing that? Maybe it is. Okay, and I'm here with my my daily read thoth story that I'm doing because I'm learning it. And, you know, if not now, when? I'm an old crone. I have time to work on the mysticism. And I am so very grateful for that. So as I learn this, and it incorporates with other things I know, I'm doing a daily spread. And I stumble a lot because I don't know them. A little background on where we've been the last 1, 2, 3 or 4 days is the other day we had the Queen of Disc manifestation. And then the next significant card, I'm doing a 3-card spread every day. Kind of the story continues, okay? We came to the Princess of the Disc, pregnant with all the suits above her. Earth, as low as you can go to the bottom, right? And then we came up with the Queen of Wands, magnetic, fire, okay? Feline, jaguar, smart. All the qualities of a queen and creation. And then the next day, that was yesterday, we had the Princess of Wands, which is the attributes of the queen, but not as matured, not as wisdom, exploring. She forms the base for the ace of creation. So we went from the earth to the wand. Earth to the wand. So yesterday we had, this Princess of Wands after the Queen. And then we had the World card. With the Vesics of Pisces of creation, we become nothing again, as we were nothing when we came in as the Fool. To go to nothingness. And nothingness is actually the absence of light. Because that is where all the creation comes from the darkness, right? And the vehicle that we're using, because as of 1994 or 2000, whichever date you want to give it, we left Osiris and Isis age and came into the age of Horus. And this is the age of Horus, the age of Aquarius, of our light bodies, of our leveling up, of our recreating. And again, we're creating here under Nuit, Nut. And there's some saying here about, as Hadit rises up, about you can see me by my boundaries, but you can't see her. And it's basically that our consciousness is so big that maybe it's not all within our body. Maybe we are available on other timelines, aspects. So we are currently in this new age of Aquarius. Today's read, the card that came out was the Moon, which is a Pisces card. Moon goes into Pisces. Today's Saturday, isn't it? I don't even know. Sunday, the moon goes into Pisces. Pisces deals a lot with what's dissolving, what's in the dark, and what's hidden. Right now, I think of for that new moon, Venus and Neptune. Oh, that's Venus and Neptune. Aspecting the moon, a lot of deep. A lot of Uranus pulling deep out, and a lot of love being given by that other combination. Anyway, this was a fallout too. I didn't draw these cards. Empowerment. What we need is empowerment of ourselves. Where did we lay down our power? Where did we lay down our power? So the cards for today, and these two go together. And I'm going to just pull them up together because this is the Princess of Swords and the Ace of Swords. The princess provides a base for the ace, and together they rule Pisces, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Hope I said that right. Earth of air, root of the powers of the air, earth of air. Of course, there's no kings in the Crowley deck. So it's basically the queen becomes the princess who unites with the ace. Now we're going to talk about the princess a bit. Clever, stern, clever in controversial practical affairs, but not overly emotional, right? Fixation of volatile materialization of an idea. The mind is the enemy. It wants to keep its grasp on your identity. And who does that? They send out to cut, because remember the Queen of Swords is holding the mask of the head in her hand. But his greatest warrioress with the sword. Sword is mightier than the pen, or the pen is mightier than the sword. I just thought of that. And over here we have the root of the powers of air. Sword of the Magus, the sword of truth. And see how this pierces the luminous? Because the darkness is where all creation comes from. And only it has no form or matter until it's illuminated. So it's your choice here, what you're creating in your mind. And the Rourke, I've been calling it the Roche, the Rourke. It's the integration of Rourke, mind. The mind doesn't want to give up. It produces anxiety, stress. Thinks that, it's your enemy. And the color for this card here is white brilliance. And I've mentioned over and over, like with the queen and the high priestess and such, the brilliance is so dazzling. You cannot see into the darkness to see the truth. It's like so many layered to get into that abyss. But know that love is the motive of this reckless analysis. So this is breaking down, changing your thought. And we all know that energy follows thought. Whatever you give your attention to, that is what is going to manifest. And the third card is ruin, right? Can I read it? Ruin. The little ones and a magnifying glass. Sun in Gemini, 20 to 30 degrees. So the sun's going to be pretty fixed here and dogmatic. Lord of ruin. It is going to illuminate every one of these swords. Brings complete identification with the mind and intellect are in the process of being destroyed. The intellect, the mental and moral qualities will go with it. And speaking of that, we're talking about religion, politics, paradigms, our own routines in our own homes, in our own lives. And if you look here in the swords, this is, of course, representing the tree of life. But this sword here is shattered. And also two of the swords are piercing the heart, the placement of the sun. So your sun soul source, it's not bleeding, I'll tell you that, it's only glowing. So this is releasing, bringing in the most ruthless, and I'm a lot of female energy running in these reads with these queens and princesses of fire and disc. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Kind of leaves them. I pulled that read and I looked at it and my first hit was, you need to go do something else. So I took a 40-block bike ride and I've listened to some stuff on YouTube, but been trying to do more grounding type things after this read. Because as we break down all those places where we gave away our power and see through that dazzling light, look deep into our darkness, look into the secrets of the moon. They are part of you. They're not a bad thing. They're something to know, instinctual, because our bodies are electric. Electric. It's all electric. And the moon's electromagnetic. Look how it waves the water, and the water is charged. You can charge your own water. You don't have to be a priest to charge water. You can put a crystal in it. You can say a chant. You can say a prayer. You can hold your hands around the cup and charge the water. You are God also. And therefore bringing back the empowerment of our sun soul source, because look how absolutely bright and golden. And I don't know where I just listened to a lecture. It might have been the Theosophical Society about the gold nugget in the darkness. About how you find the gold nugget by going into the darkness beyond that dazzling light. That's why the sword has to pierce through and above the light to reclaim your own soul source self. That's my reading for today. Every day I decide that I'm going to not do this. I'm going to go do something different. And then somehow I am drawn by the beast to these cards. But I'm just really enjoying doing this Crowley cards, because I'm learning a depth of meaning behind what I was seeing in other things. And the philosophy is pretty close to stuff that I've been picking up and carrying for a long time. So, it's going to see something else, but that is fine. Have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. 68, 70 degrees here, rode on the beach. In fact, I might put a picture from my bike ride on the front of this video instead of the cards, because the cards are breaking down paradigms and they're showing a need to go get grounded. And so I thought I'd go out and be a sea priestess for a while. Many blessings. May the goddess bless. See you next time. Bye-bye.